Well, good morning, Facebook. Good afternoon, Facebook. Good afternoon, YouTube. Whichever one you're on. Well, I managed, or I should say, let's see. Awesome. Still charging. I managed to replace my iPhone 7 Plus screen and battery. I am shocked. Well, actually, I'm not shocked. I didn't get shocked. That was the miracle of it. So finally, I'm just trying to figure out this Facebook stream with StreamYard. So, hey, how's it going, Dana? Cherie, Dallas. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm using StreamYard, so I can actually bring people into the stream. Evelyn was on my stream last week, so we'll see if Evelyn shows up. But yeah, I finally was able to get my screen after months. It was just cracked, and I had chunks of glass coming out of the basically coming off the screen itself. And the only thing holding it together, aloha, Sherry. The only thing holding it together was my screen protector. But yeah, I mean, I had to literally chisel a chunk of glass off the side of my screen. I've got the old screen in a bag now, so. But yeah, that was my whole afternoon. It took me two and a half hours, and that includes watching instructional videos. So I have like 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 instructional videos uploaded. One is for one video was for just bare bones how to replace your screen, period. 2 was how to replace the adhesive waterproof stripping, because you got to scrape all that off. And then the third one was replacing the battery and how to get it seated and everything. I can't remember what the fourth one was for. Let's see. Oh, okay. The fourth one was replacing the waterproof. Oh, no, that's what I had already. Replacing the battery, how to. Oh, okay. No, never mind. The fourth one was my browser searching for videos. So I'll share my screen. So these are the videos I had to watch. The first one was excellent. This guy here. I don't know if you can see him. Yep. Looks good. But this guy does an awesome job. He basically shows you step by step how to take your phone apart, what to look out for, what not to break. So this guy was good. What's his name? If you ever have to replace your iPhone screen, or I guess iPhone 7 Plus, I would definitely recommend this guy. What's his name? Jose Morales. So Jose Morales, he's got 7,000 subscribers. But basically, this video goes into detail on how to basically bare bones strip your phone down, transfer everything, your speaker, your camera, your microphone, everything. Shows you how to transfer everything over. What's nice about the iPhone 7 Plus replacement screens is they already come equipped with camera, speaker, and everything. So basically, you're just replacing the entire screen. You don't have to take everything apart. It's so much easier than what it used to be. This guy had to do it before they had all that fancy stuff. He did this back in 2017. That's the date on his video. So yeah, if you ever have to replace your screen, I would definitely go with this guy. But other than that, so how's everybody's afternoon going? Mine got started a little late. Got up, basically just got caught up on Facebook notifications, Twitter, and then finally I made my way down here and got going. So yeah, it took me a pretty good while. It took me a pretty good while to get that screen replaced. So there's a video. There's almost always a video for everything. so uh, so that's how my afternoon went. It was it was a little nerve wracking. I'm not gonna lie. And this is my second screen. This is the second screen I've had to replace. And I think it was because I had to replace other things. So I'm at 55%. I started at 47, 48% out of the box. So now I'm back up to 50, 55. So yeah. All right. So, yep. If you ever have to replace your screen, go to YouTube and there's a video out there. There's a video that'll help you step by step. Try to watch several videos. You want somebody that's not only competent but detailed. I mean, for me, that's what I like best is the detail on the instruction. Oftentimes, what happens is you'll get these generic videos where the person just speed. I mean, it's just a song in the background, and then it just fast forwards through the entire process, and it doesn't really it tells you the basic bare minimum of what you need to know. But what I like is the detail, the person actually talking about his experience replacing a screen and what to look for, what could break, what could not, safety, just little tidbits to make the process much more easier. So yeah, that's basically what I did today. That was my quarantine activity for today. So as we're all in captivity, quarantine, sheltering in place, anybody else have any interesting anything, any interesting things out there happening, taking place? I was hoping to be able to talk to Dan, aka Joanne Ebony. So I was hoping, yeah, I could talk to him about maybe him and Josh doing a shared broadcast together, and basically just using StreamYards. That's basically all you got to do. So it's fun because I can have several people on this broadcast at one time. So if anybody's interested in coming on, let me know. Let me let me let me tag Joanne. Let's see here. It won't let me tag Josh because we're not connected yet. So, but anyway, that's I could moderate. Yes, moderate. That would be awesome. Hey, what's going on, Mad Rabbit? Yeah, let me know if you want to. You dolt. My good friend Mad Rabbit is on my other stream. He's fine. Are you going nuts out there? I totally forgot. You're in Texas, I think. So you must be going out of your mind by this time. Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, I'll moderate between Josh and Joanne, and we'll see how that works. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't say much. I don't think I would say much. I'd probably be doing more listening. Not ready for camera time. Well, you don't have to worry about the camera. All you have to do, you can have your camera off. All you have to do, see, what's good about StreamYards is if you come on, you don't need your camera on. That's what's so awesome about it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send a invite to the chat, and you can come on. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing okay. How are your parents doing? How are your parents doing, Rabbit? Let me know. Uh, yeah, like I said, I just replaced the screen on my iPhone 7 and the battery. I mean, I don't know what it is. See, nice. No, there's no cracks. There's no chunks of glass coming out of the side. That's what I had. I mean, I literally had to take tweezers and peel a chunk of glass that was sticking up from between the frame of the phone and the screensaver. That's what I had going on. Your computer is dead. Oh, you don't need a computer. You just need a phone. There's no pressure. I'm just, you don't, I mean, you don't have to come on if you don't want to, but all you have to do is hit that link with your phone and it just takes you right to where you need to be. And you can mute your mic and shut your camera off and then turn them on when you want them on. So that's what's neat about StreamYard. That's what I like StreamYard. Yeah, cabin fever. That's got to be interesting. Well, see, you're in a unique situation, aren't you? You're kind of in the middle of nowhere. You don't have a whole lot of neighbors. So you're actually better off than I am. My neighbors are like, we're like right on top of each other. Well, that's an exaggeration, but we're very close. Let's just say we're very close to our neighbors, not in the good way. But yeah, I mean, it's just so for the first time, I'm able to see my screen without spider webs. I don't know what it is, but I just have a tendency to drop my phone. I just don't get it. It's like, dude, stop dropping your phone, and your screen will not shatter. Don't drop your phone. But it's just ugh. But no, I'm just glad I finally got it replaced. It's been like that for several months, and like I said, it's my second screen. Oh, you can. Oh, never mind. You can hit your neighbor's house with a rock. Okay, forgive me. I thought for whatever reason, I thought you were in the middle of nowhere. Never mind. You're closer than I thought. Spooky says, I used to repair laptops. They were small and fiddly enough. I I I don't think I could even begin to start on a laptop. I mean, I can't even work on I can't even work on my phone without breaking a sweat. I mean, I'm literally, with these little tiny screwdrivers. Thankfully, they give me a little pack. They give you a little pack of tools and tweezers and a plastic, looks like a guitar pick. Um, so yeah, it's just it kind of looks like this, but only plastic. This is a metal pick. It's a decorative pick. It's not really meant to play. Your strings will sound like shit. But yeah, I've got a guitar pick tool that pries the screen from the frame, and then you just gently slide it down, and then you open it like a book, and then you've got all these wires, these little plastic nylon wires that connect to your phone. And I got, yeah. So anyway, yeah, you got to make sure you don't separate them like that, because you'll rip those cords and your phone will be done. Unless you're good at rewiring an iPhone, which I am not. I won't even try. So yeah, this was I got my battery from KTOS. Oh no, this is the LCD replacement screen from KTOS. Everything else is in a garbage bag, so I'm not going to open it. Let me see. Oh, and then the battery is a Gemesi, whatever, made in China. Anyway, I tried to get I bought a high capacity battery. I'm interested in how long it's going to last me, because the battery that I had, my old battery that I had, it would be dead within, I would say, an hour, less than that. You could literally watch as your battery drained as you're on your phone. I mean, it could be simply just checking your email, checking Facebook alerts, checking this, checking that. And yeah, your phone would literally be dead by that time. So anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, thank you for sharing, Sherry. I appreciate that. I'm literally rebuilding from the ground up. I'm trying to get, you know, new contacts. I mean, I can't even remember half the contacts I had. But yeah, I'm just, Facebook just does not want me on here. So, yep. So that's how I spent my afternoon. Anybody else have anything interesting, exciting, extraordinary? Oh boy. Anything you'd like to share? Anybody would like to come on, you're free to come on. All you have to do is hit that link. We'll have a what's that? What's that? The televangelist, Kenneth Copeland. We'll have a Kenneth Copeland uh, Easter. We'll have a Kenneth Copeland Easter. You're highly entertaining. Are you sure? Well, let's do this. If you want to come on, I will bring you on. I didn't even think to post in the chat. Oops. There it is. So it looks like we're going to have some guests on the show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share screen. I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'll start sharing screen once somebody comes on. But yep, come on in. Come on in when you're able to. We'll wait for you. We'll keep the light on for you. Yeah, but people that have actually taken apart cell phones and been able to repair this or that, I have to have it. I have to take my hats off to them, because it's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, it is a lot of work. And I did have gloves on. I did have gloves on during the whole thing, because I mean, these products, they come from China, and I kind of left them sit for a while. I had them sitting for over a week just to be on the safe side. Because I mean, you've got the virus problem. You've got viruses can survive on paper products for, I think I heard, a couple of days. So there were people who were telling me that they were, whenever they go shopping, whatever they buy, doesn't matter what, they sterilize everything. They wipe down all surfaces. They spray down boxes that they get in the mail. They spray down Oh, and here he is. Mad Rabbit. How?
What's up, my panda? Long time no see. How you doing?
Oh my God, it's been way long. Let me share my screen for just a minute so everyone can see. Do you see what I see?
God, I hope not.
Let's see. Just give me one quick minute. Okay, there it is. Boom. And let me expand. Can I expand this? No, it's not going to let me. Okay. Awesome. What's life been like in quarantine for you?
Dude, I'm an introvert with an essential job. My life hasn't fucking changed.
Oh,
I'm getting less hours. Mhm.
yeah. I was going to say, you were social distancing before everyone else thought it was cool.
Right, right. Kind of like putting peanuts in my coat.
Yeah, let me move my mic closer that way that everyone else can hear you. Yeah, so your parents are good.
Yep, yep. Dad's crazy. He keeps going out. I keep telling him, let me do all the running, and if it gets to the point where I just leave your crap on the porch and tell you it's there, then that's better for both of y'all. He's stubborn, so
Yeah, someone else made a great post about that. They were like, "Yeah, my mom and dad stayed home all the time, and then all of a sudden the virus hits, and now all of a sudden my dad has hobbies. He's got to go here. He wants to go there. He doesn't want to stay home now." It's like, you picked a good frickin' time to be active.
no, no. Well, to be fair, in his defense, everywhere he goes is kind of just to pick up a check here, take money to the bank here, go get meds. Although I should be going and getting their meds, but that's my point of view.
Right. Yeah. No, that's true.
So I didn't mean to hijack your phone show.
No, it's not, it's a stream of consciousness show. Basically, it's just I just got done replacing the screen on my iPhone and the battery. So I figured,
I lock my door. My dogs are trying to get out.
oh, that's okay. Yeah, so you're not hijacking anything. Don't worry. I'm going to have a victory celebration drink. That's what I'm going to do. I've got, let's see. I've got Evan Williams 1783 small batch sour mash. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. How do you like them apples? Huh?
Okay, so we know how you're celebrating. What are we celebrating?
Oh no, that's the successful replacement of my screen and battery.
It's the little things, right?
I'm telling you, I cannot tell you how nerve wracking it was. This is my second time replacing my screen, and the first time replacing my battery. You would think after the first time, oh, it's not so bad, but I'm telling you, those little tiny microscopic screws, they freak me the hell out.
You're gonna lose them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yep.
lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't for that shit. I'll take it somewhere and get it fixed. Fuck it. I'm gonna fuck it up if
well,
I
so yeah, I mean that's what I was worried about. So anyway, I'm how do I say this? I worry easily.
That's not a bad trait in a lot of cases. So what have you been doing with yourself since you fucking got banished from Facebook?
I rediscovered Twitter.
Ugh.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? You know what? I have to say I'm a little bit more impressed with Twitter than I was before. Twitter, you get more high end, believe it or not, you get more high end conversations. Now, that's not, it all depends on who you're circling with, but I've noticed the caliber of conversation, mostly in politics, all in politics. That's basically that was another thing I've really focused in on was the impeachment process. I watched all of the videos. I think it was like 70 plus hours all total, just for the House. I mean, and then the Senate was blech. So I literally threw myself into that because I had never seen it done. I'd rarely heard about it. And so I thought, why not learn how this works? You know?
Well, it's not how it worked last time, that's for sure. Because the last time, fucking Clinton actually got called to the carpet in the grand jury. So
Yep.
I don't know what fucking changed, but you know, Clinton was in more hot water over a fucking blowjob than blackmailing another country.
Well, that is true. Let's just say the crimes are much more elevated in this go around.
Sure. So if that's the case, then we need to lower the standards, right? I mean,
you know,
man.
I tell you what, you know, it's pretty bad when you were wishing George W. Bush was back. Now that I'm being hyperbolic and goofy with that, but
No, it's a fucking pretty accurate statement, though. I mean,
yeah,
even Bush wouldn't have put us in the situation that we're in right now today because of all the balls that were fucking dropped between now and what last we're hearing now September.
say it again.
Well, all the balls that have been dropped between today and last September, I think we're now hearing September, November timeframe was when they knew that the coronavirus was
no, that was back in December. That's when our intelligence agencies were first warning Donald Trump about it, and then again in January.
Okay, well, think about it though. Was that really fucking necessary? Should we had to wait on the World Health Organization to notify the president? I mean, didn't we just 4 years ago have a team in place that would have recognized the severity of the situation?
Okay, I see. Okay, I see where you're going now. You're correct. We already had a team in place, but prior to that, Trump had already consolidated offices and then disbanded the rest because, in his words, I don't want a bunch of people standing around. I don't want to pay a bunch of people standing around. It's like they weren't standing around. Their entire job was to monitor global pandemics and what are the risks, what are the possible outcomes if it reaches our shores. And because you decided to be a conservative Republican, you made the wrong decision by consolidating offices and disbanding who you thought were not worth keeping on the payroll.
Well, I don't even know because I don't think fucking Donald Trump has any political loyalties to any fucking party other than Donald Trump.
That's true. Yeah.
So I don't think he's approaching any situation from any party standpoint. His whole fucking administration makes more sense if you actually try to climb inside his mind and make the decisions he faces as a business owner.
Ah, yes. And that brings up another point. Do you want business owners or people, do you want them in our government?
No.
Exactly. And here's why. The purpose of the government is not to make money.
No. It's to serve the people and protect the people. I mean, his fucking statements that have been pissing me off lately is it's not the federal government's job. Well, if it's not your fucking job, what the fuck are you there for?
Exactly.
I don't care if we're being lobbed bombs or fucking missiles from Russia or fucking wherever. That's a threat to the nation, and the president knows how to respond. And that's a threat to our nation. The coronavirus is a threat to our nation, and he doesn't seem to know how to fucking respond appropriately. He's approaching it like a businessman. Oh well, I can't have all my employees off. I got my company will go down. I don't give a fuck. Your company needs to go down because it wasn't fucking prepared. Aren't these the same guys that have been telling us our whole lives that we need to save up money for a rainy day and quit trying to live paycheck to paycheck?
Yes.
Okay, then where the fuck is their savings and their backup for their fucking rainy day? Why do I got to foot the bill for a fucking corporation? They ain't doing me fuck all.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of my criticisms of Obama during the stimulus package in 08 and 09. I've come to realize that what he did made a lot of sense, and what he did was the right thing to do. I think he could have done more and would have done more if somebody like Mitch McConnell wasn't there to block every single thing he wanted to do. And Mitch McConnell was on camera. He was on Sean Hannity's show, and he said, yes, my goal was to block every piece of legislation that Obama put forth.
Shouldn't that automatically disqualify him for the fucking office that he's holding?
You would think. You would think.
Who's he serving when he does that?
Say it again?
Who's he serving when he does that? Certainly not the fucking people. You know how many bills that Congress has passed because they were Democrat sponsored are still sitting on McConnell's fucking desk, and then
Yep.
Trump, same thing. Trump goes around claiming that Democrats have done nothing his whole fucking administration. Yeah, they have. Look at your fucking idiot's desk.
Yeah.
It's covered with them.
Yep. Yeah, lot of bills just sitting doing a whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing. And what's sad is they keep saying, well, the do nothing Democrats, well, yeah, they can't do anything because you are stymieing them from doing what they need to do. And my favorite thing has been, I've been following right wingers on Facebook, the ones who own the pages, the big pages. And whenever they go live, depending on what subject they're talking about, you'd be surprised how many people you can reach by just, instead of arguing with people, just say, here are the facts. Here's the list. You'll get a lot of laugh reacts. You'll get a lot of and abusive comments. However, there's been quite a few thumbs ups I've been seeing lately. And it's like, if you just stick to the facts and leave out the hyperbole, it's you'll reach at least 2 or 3% of the people.
Yeah, but those people were already leaning that way anyway. I mean,
Well, could be. Go upstairs. Yeah, could be. But you'd be surprised. Well, you know me. I don't know if I've ever told you. I used to be a right wing Republican.
Yeah.
And people ask me, well, what changed? And my simple pithy answer is, I grew up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that I wouldn't say that to everybody, because not everybody takes that with the utmost grace. They usually take offense to that, because what are you calling me, a child? How do I say this? Yes.
Like someone once asked me, let's see, the world population is what, somewhere upwards 7 million or 7 billion people. And they said 6.5 billion people in the world believe in some type of God. Are you trying to tell me they're all deluded? And I just gave them one simple word answer. Yes.
Yep. It's like, well, I mean, I understand the draw towards it. There are people that use it as a kind of a comfort mechanism. And I fully understand it. I get it. But at the same time, For me, I would rather a inconvenient, uncomfortable truth as opposed to a comforting delusion or lie.
Well, if you're not given the proper information for a situation you're in, how can you act appropriately? I
Well,
mean, even if the truth is uncomfortable and maybe distressing a bit, you at least know what the situation is and how to approach it properly.
yep.
Lying about it just is just gonna it's gonna make it worse.
Well, you know what's interesting? What I've come to realize is, for instance, mythos. We've had this discussion before, where ancient peoples had certain myths to tell a story, which enabled their survival. For instance, when to plant crops, when to do this, when to do that, and the colorful stories they told involving gods of wind and earth and rain and sunshine and all that.
Fertility
Well,
goddesses for the crops and yeah.
yeah. So knowing that, there are certain instances where an untruth could save your life within, I mean, looking at it in context, not saying that it's the myth that is the end all be all, but it I don't know. I'm trying to make a point here and I'm tripping over my own tongue.
It sounds like you're going back to uh, evolutionary trait that has manifested in pareidolia,
Yeah.
we're pattern seeking creatures. That's what humans do. We're great at seeking patterns. We're so fucking great at it that we're fucking horrible at it because we always see patterns when even when there isn't any. But at some point, you're right that can you look in the bushes. Oh, there's a fucking tiger. When there's really no tiger, the truth still would have been better.
Yeah. It's interesting. I I don't know. Did we? Was it with Matt, you, and maybe DeSoto and a couple of others? We were on our one of our last big lives, and not live. It was a basically a group call, and there was there was a point brought up where one of our protective mechanism is you walk into a room, you're in this room, I'm in this room, I want to go into the laundry room, right? And I get there and I forget entirely what it is exactly I went in there for. It's like, what am I here? I know I'm here for something. What is it? Well, come to find out, those people who've studied, anatomy, or basically cognitive uh, synapses and all that, what they've come to realize is you walking into a new room and you forgetting everything that was on your mind before is actually your brain protecting you from a possible predator, because now you're more focused on what's in the room, in the new room, what possible what what new things are in this room, so you're getting new sensory input, and that causes you to forget what was on your mind when you were in the other room. And some evolutionary biologists, I can't remember, actually made a point, was this is your body, this is you protecting yourself by you forget what you had on your mind before, and now you're focused on your new surroundings. What's in your new surroundings? Is there anything in here that could be potentially harmful? Does that
Yeah,
make any sense?
it does to a point. I
Yeah.
mean, like if I move into a new house and it's unfamiliar territory, or I'm working in a new building and it's unfamiliar territory. But if it's a house I've been living in for 4 years or so that only has one internal room and that's the bathroom, kind of walking in there after being in here for 4 years, walking into the bathroom shouldn't fucking surprise me.
Yeah. Also, I mean, another thing, saying you're walking, I mean, it would be like you walking from your house to your backyard. You know, it's just
Well,
it's
okay,
new.
backyard, I can see maybe because then you're presented with a plethora of unknown possible assailants that might not have been in the immediate area when you went in the house.
Yes,
Get that.
yes.
I can understand that. But if I'm in the house and I've been in the house and I know the house backwards and forwards, upside down and inside out, if I walk into another room of that house, I shouldn't be going, oh my God, what's in here? My brain knows that fucking room. I can
Yeah.
draw it with my eyes closed. So that kind of falls apart for me a
Yeah.
little bit at that point because familiarity is going to take precedent over, should take, I would think, precedence over evolutionary hangovers.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's all to say. I guess it's all to say that you're not necessarily going senile or losing your mind.
I
That
prefer the alien explanation.
the what?
The alien explanation. You walk into a room and you forget what the fuck you came in there for. It's because you caught aliens doing something in that room that you weren't supposed to catch them doing, and they wiped the room.
Look into the light.
Exactly.
You never saw us.
Then why did my hair end up in the fucking refrigerator? My hairbrush.
Oh, that's funny. You know what? I'll take that.
I live alone. I don't know how my hairbrush ended up in the fucking refrigerator. Although, to be fair, I do a lot of shit when I'm high that I don't remember. So there's that.
Yeah, that's your mind trying to say, "Don't think about it." We know, just don't think about it. It'll be worse for
Don't
you.
go. Don't go near there. Stay away from there.
So
So you've thrown yourself into the political arena.
yeah, yeah.
I've kind of. I don't even know if you knew that. I don't even know what's going on with PAI anymore. I haven't for about 8 months. I just backed away.
Oh, well, I didn't even. I was given no details, but maybe there was just maybe differences of opinion between you and another person, but that was it.
Um, it goes back. Do you remember when the whole OK Boomer shit started?
Vaguely, I think I was
Yeah,
on and off Facebook. I was like
yeah.
back, and I was kicked off, and
I saw too many fucking intelligent people that I had entirely too much respect for, using the OK Boomer expression to dismiss arguments from people that they didn't want to. And they don't even know if I'm a fucking boomer. And they're OK Boomer. I'm not. I'm a fucking Gen Xer,
yeah,
technically. Okay, but if you want to sit there and I lay out why OK Boomer is not a good thing to just use felicitously whenever you fucking want. If I give you a logical reasoned argument, this is what I told them. So the reason that you shouldn't be using OK Boomer is because it allows you to dismiss someone's arguments or someone's information based wholly on age discrimination.
I had it explained to me this. It's not so much the age, it's the boomer is a frame of mind where
No, baby boomers are from an age, and that's where it comes
no,
from. If they
no, no,
want
no.
to explain it differently, then they're using the fucking term incorrectly. It was explained to me that it was because the millennials felt, the millennials felt uh, so uncharacteristically unlistened to and unheard by baby boomers that they suddenly start dismissing them without cause. And you know me, I've never been one to dismiss anyone based on any criteria other than them being a fucking idiot.
Yes, for you, I can say that without any hint of yeah.
So when I lay out a logical argument about why OK Boomer is not okay to use, you're using as a dismissive tool based on prejudice of someone's age. Then you're just showing me how intellectually and fucking ethically bankrupt you really are. You know what my response that I got back? Can you guess?
Well, no. What was it?
OK Boomer.
Okay. Oh, okay. I should have seen that.
Really? So I just separated myself from all of it. I said, "Fuck this! I'm not gonna even put myself in an arena where OK Boomer is okay to fucking say to people as a dismissive statement. If I'm not listening to you and I'm not trying to communicate with you, I might understand it.
Yeah.
And if I see someone doing that to someone and they respond, "Okay, boomer," I get it. I don't like it, but I get it.
Yeah.
But too many fucking people are using the term incorrectly.
Well, I mean, I could be let's say for instance if I was still stuck in conservative Republican conservative land and I was using their same arguments, I would probably have that term thrown at me because I'm arguing old antiquated, I mean basically antiquated ideas that don't
There you go. That's cool.
yeah, they don't serve us in the here and the now. Why are you using that? Well, because, and that would be because I was still, immersed in, conservatism. And so I could see why that term would be lobbed at the old me. Okay. So, I mean, now I can see how they're using that term is basically referencing a state of mind where you're impervious to new information. You don't want to, learn. It's like, for instance, I've seen arguments between people who are trying to explain transgenderism, why liberalism is not a mental disorder, why certain policies, democratic policies, are actually very fucking beneficial. And then you're arguing with somebody and they're not getting it. They're not listening. I mean, I was on uh the what's the sister group to PAI? Thinking
Yeah.
rational. I almost said thinking atheist. Uh, thinking rationally. Um, I saw multiple conservatives on that show on the stream arguing, and I'm like, are you just trolling us right now, or are you? You don't seem to have a legit argument. But I mean, as an admin, I had to you know, be impartial as much as possible. But it's like I can see why OK Boomer would be lobbed at those individuals. It's like you're not trying to learn, you're still stuck in conservatism land. And the reason why I'm no longer a conservative is because I actually wanted and tried to learn. I had to realize, hey, the land of Rush Limbaugh that you were lost in for all those years during high school, it don't work in the real world.
Not really, no.
I listened to Rush Limbaugh all through high school, 2002, 3, and 4, and I thought, Rush Limbaugh was the best, But that's all I was surrounded with, and so when I discovered Rush Limbaugh, it was like, somebody who thinks just like I do, yay! And he's on the radio. My goodness, he's got how many viewers? Millions? My goodness, he must be saying something right.
Argument ad populum.
Yep.
I don't care how many people listen to me. I ain't gonna lie. Not at least not intentionally. I'm not gonna give you false. I'm not gonna purposely give you false information to deceive you.
Sure.
I may be wrong about something.
Yeah.
And if I am, cool. Show me where I'm wrong. That way I don't have to be wrong like that again. And I'll say thank you.
Exactly. But see, the thing is, going back to Rush Limbaugh now, I couldn't. I don't think I couldn't stand 15 minutes of it. But just seeing clips, just seeing printed out transcripts from his show is enough to tell me this guy is either deceitful or he is strongly deluded. One of the two.
It could be both.
Yes. Yep. So, but well, anyway, I'm gonna have to get off here real soon. But it's been nice meeting you, Rabbit. Not nice meeting you. Getting back with you, catching up. Oh my goodness. It's like a herd of elephants upstairs. all the kids are just they're just stir crazy. It's like,
Give them shots of caffeine and a free puppy.
Yeah, they'll love that.
Of course they would. They're kids. No, but I got to ask one serious, important question for you that concerns you
Yeah.
during this lockdown. During this, is, is your guy still open?
Is my what?
Is your guy still open for business, or have you moved on? I'm using code for shit that we shouldn't be talking about.
Oh, come on. This is my show. Anything is open for discussion. Don't worry about it.
Okay, my dealer is still open for business.
Oh,
He's essential, at least to me.
oh, no, that's fine. I don't have a dealer, but if I needed one, I know where I could go. I still have my old vape pen. I have not touched it in weeks. More than
Weeks? Oh my god, weeks. That's such a long time to stop for.
yeah, it's all actually I think I would have to recharge my vape pen just to get it to work. It's been that long.
Did your pen use cartridges or was it a
It's a
dryer?
it's a pen with the battery, and then you've got the oil cartridge, and then you
Right.
through the
You're not going to get those anymore unless you got a card. Those are a felony to have now.
oh really?
Yes. It's
Well,
considered a manufactured substance.
I mean, goodness, is it just because of the vape pen or
I don't know what criteria they're using to classify it that way. I really don't. I think it has to do with the fact that it was processed by people.
uh,
But I don't know. I just know that right now it's a felony, and it's kind of ridiculous because it's just extracted oil base.
have prices gone up for you?
My prices are always high. I smoke only top shelf.
Oh, say it again.
I said my prices are always high. I only smoke top shelf. I've become, I guess, a snob. I don't know. It just tastes better, works better.
Yeah, you know what you like. Your body knows what it likes. You can't.
And it's always fun going to his house because I never know what I'm coming home with. So,
Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't mind talking about that. I don't care. I mean, my all of my broadcasts are automatically I just label them unsafe for children
there you
just
go.
just to be on the safe side, because I don't want a notification in my email saying you're against policy. If I just label it unsafe for kids, I don't got to worry about that. Now, I mean, obviously, if there's something egregious being discussed, I mean, it's gotten so bad that any mention of COVID,
Yeah, I know. It gets you demonetized.
yeah. Well, not only that, but just having it in your title
Mm-hmm.
can be an automatic. See, what they're doing is they're overcompensating because of all the fake news that's going on. And when I say fake news, I'm not using it as a Donald Trump colloquialism.
No, I
It's
understand. They want to justify. I mean, they only want to put sources that are talking about that actual true to life sources.
yeah.
They don't. I mean,
And
newsrooms, pressers. Um,
well, basically news channels. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I've seen some podcasts that are just that break down news reports that mention it, but it's starting to be like saying Voldemort.
Don't say yeah. Don't say Beetlejuice 3 times. But yeah,
Right.
it's just sad, But this is I see my internal anarchist wants to come out and say, "How dare you?" But at the same time, my thinking goes, "Well, they have to get a lid on all this fake information being put out, and don't make no mistake, it is being pumped out."
I don't
So
know that I would call it necessarily fake, but bad.
yes, bad information. I mean, literally, I mean, taking a hair dryer to the bot
Yeah,
to
I
your
thought, what the fuck is that? Where the fuck do these people come up with that shit? I
well, part
fucking
of it,
sources, people, sources, vet your sources. Holy shit!
yeah, OANN. That there's a source. They're the equivalent to Fox News, but on a lower scale. I don't know if you've heard of them, OANN.
No, but they're starting to sound like the Onion.
Yeah, pretty much the Onion 2.0.
Oh god.
Well, at least the Onion was funny. These people are not funny, but they literally have journalists that have been in the press briefings. They're the ones who ask all the softball questions to Donald Trump. They're Donald Trump's favorite news organization now
Yeah,
because
I've seen him in a couple of pressers. I don't even fucking watch his pressers anymore. I get tired of his fucking narcissistic fucking speech, turning a pandemic press release into a fucking prep rally.
yeah, I mean, yeah, he can't have a Klan rally anymore safely anyway. So he's going to use the press briefings as his little vehicle for reelection.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
needs to stop. That needs to stop. He needs to start being a fucking president and not a fucking party hack.
Yep. I agree.
I mean, I, look, I made no bones about it. I don't like Donald Trump. I haven't liked him since before he was on fucking television.
Well, you know what? I disliked him. I mean, from the moment I became aware of him. I mean, we've always been aware of him, but it just hasn't been. You don't put a face with the name and with his actual business practices. Um, I mean, he was on kids' movie. He would show up in cameo roles in kids' movies, and I had no idea who he was. Home Alone 2, The Little Rascals, 1995 reboot. He would have little bit roles here and there, and then he would go on WWE wrestling with Vic McMahon. Yeah, it's just like,
No,
let's do it.
he's a failed reality TV star.
Yep.
In his desperate attempt to stay relevant, he ran for fucking president. And
Yep.
and you remember me back before Donald Trump,
Yes.
right? And I used to continuously say, part of our problem is we continuously elect politicians to political office. Yeah, I retract that fucking statement.
Yes. You know what? I've come to the same realization. And I made a post about this before my account went silent. I have a renewed appreciation for career politicians. And the reason of that is because they know how the government is run, they know how it works, and they know how to keep it going.
You know, the government isn't a business, and you don't just watch the bottom line. The bottom line in government is the people.
Yes.
Is the people. And the reason for a federal government is to serve the people. And when I hear fucking Donald Trump up there saying, oh, we're just a backup for you in this situation, no, motherfucker, you're not. In a time of crisis, this is where the country looks for leadership. Because if you don't know how to fucking lead, then you need to get the fuck out of the way and let Dr. Fauci talk and answer questions without you fucking interrupting. I have gotten into so many arguments about this hydroxychloroquine shit that it's unreal. Well, it's working on people. How do you know it's working? How do you know those people would not have recovered had they not taken it? Because let's face it, the virus does have a high recovery rate, okay? So just because they took an unfucking sanctioned medicine or a sanctioned medicine for a use that it's not sanctioned for, and the
Right.
people aren't dying,
Oh,
then
it
it must have been the pill. Okay, well, how where are the trials? Where's
exactly.
the where's the double blinds? Where's the triple blinds? How do you know it's the drug that's having the effect that you think it's having? Or are you just clinging to fucking false hope that, oh, well, these people survive? One of the dangers of taking that drug is it causes long lasting heart conditions, which is not really good during a pandemic where it's a respiratory disease. So now you can have heart conditions with a respiratory disease. but it can also cause fatal fucking heart attacks. That's what this drug can do. It's made for lupus patients.
Yep.
Okay,
Well, lupus and I think malaria.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into malaria. I know I've looked up the fact that it's used for lupus. It might have been developed for malaria,
Yeah.
and it might have some efficacy there, but they moved it on because bigger and better malaria drugs have taken place or come out, and they're using it for lupus. But and I think there was some investigation into whether it would be applicable to COVID-18. Well, COVID-19 is nothing like 18. It's a novel fucking virus,
Oh, I've not.
something we haven't seen
Oh,
before.
I've not heard of COVID-18.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't looked any much beyond the fact that into what COVID-18 really was, but I know that hydroxychloroquine was, I believe, at least looked into for its efficacy against that virus. There has been nothing done against COVID-19. None. There's been no trial. They're just giving it to patients. They're prescribing it to patients willy fucking nilly, and they're claiming it works because it doesn't. The people that take it aren't dying. That doesn't give me any information at all. I've asked for, okay, where are you getting this information that it works? People are taking it and they're not dying. Okay, well, how do you know that it doesn't? That it's the pill they're taking that's taking care of the virus in the manner you say it does, instead of them just getting better on their own. What
Yeah.
evidence is there to support that? And that's when I get ghosted.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like we need to, instead of making America great again, we need to make America critically think again.
did it ever as a
No,
whole?
well, hold on. Wait a minute. I think there was a time in American history, not that it was the best time, but there was a time in American history where there was more emphasis on scientific learning, scientific thought, scientific, just basically appreciation for science, even if you yourself weren't competent, which that would be me, but you at least had an appreciation for it. And you didn't gainsay and you didn't poo poo the latest scientific findings. I think there was a time in America, and I mean, ex,
There
ex,
might have been a time in America when science and the findings of science was revered.
yes.
I don't think there's ever really been a time when the entire populace
Oh,
of
no,
America
no,
as
yeah,
a whole has ever been a critical thinking nation. And I fall into that category.
yeah, yeah,
I fall into it because it wasn't until, well, 4 or 5 years ago that I started taking all this shit seriously.
yeah. No, I lump myself in that category. But yeah, it would be nice to, let's just start thinking again
It
instead of.
helps. It helps. In actually breaking away from Facebook when I did after all that shit, it gave me the time and space to think about it when I wasn't thinking about it. I didn't flood my fucking life with the atheist movement and what the fuck. How do I defeat? I started internalizing my search. Actually, led to a conversation with Steve.
Really,
Yeah, it should be up on his channel.
I I haven't talked with Steve and, oh man, it's been over a year and a half. I've just when I got when I was cut off from Facebook, I think I just kind of I cut everything off. All the old
Yeah,
channels. I just lost my desire.
I still have mine, but since we lost Google Hangouts, I if I can know how to get anything streaming out. It's like, okay, it's there if I ever figure it out again.
So you had a conversation. Was it just you and Steve, or was it a group of people?
So it started out with me and Steve, but Cheshire jumped in.
Oh, what was the conversation about?
Uh, the great Steve debacle. That's where
Oh,
it started. He the burning question actually was my story and where I came from and how I got there. If you want to listen to the 2 hour fucking conversation, you're more than welcome. But just a Short and sweet. When I became an atheist, okay, before I became an atheist, I was completely aware that the normative case for the use of the word atheist meant someone who believes that God don't exist.
Right. Right.
And then I became an atheist and fell in. No, it's not really true. All you got to do is lack belief. Okay, that sounds reasonable. I fumbled around with it in my head for okay, it sounds reasonable. I lack belief. But then after the great Steve debacle and after I pulled away, I got to thinking about this and well, if lacking a belief is necessary, but it's not sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
Because the proposition on the table is at least one God exists. Okay. And that's going to automatically spawn two more propositions. Either no gods exist or at least one God exists. So you either agree with the proposition that no gods exist or you agree with the proposition that at least one God exists. You can't believe both, but you
Right.
can suspend judgment on both.
Yes.
So the lactheist position is only addressing the belief in God. It says, no, I don't agree to your statement that one God exists, but it doesn't examine. I haven't seen anyone examine the proposition that no gods exist. Well, a few,
Yeah.
and we normatively in the groups that we were in call ourselves hard atheists. Philosophically speaking, that's actually atheist. That's been the normative use of it throughout my entire life until like 7 years ago, 6, 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then it changed, and now it's like well, fuck if all it takes is lack of belief, then rocks are atheists.
Yes. Logically speaking, yes.
Um,
Babies, box
but
trees.
maybe, but even not logically speaking, because to be an atheist, you have to have a considered opinion on the subject.
Okay.
So lack of belief is not sufficient. A baby doesn't even understand the proposition, let alone know how to weigh the evidence.
Right.
So that is claiming that babies are atheists is that they're tabula rasa.
Yeah, they would be considered innocent. Is the
Yeah, they don't even know the proposition. They don't even know of themselves really yet. So you
never
can't tell if they have a considered opinion on or a considered position. So
So how did the conversation go? I mean,
fairly well, fairly well. Yeah, yeah. I've been on the GDC page a bit and got into one argument with an idiot that tried to tell me that his argument for God was because the soul exists. Okay, what's a soul? A soul is the energy. A soul is radiation energy that energizes the body's cells. Okay, I'm gonna meet you where you're at. Right? The soul is the evidence for God, and the evidence for what the soul is the energy that it's a radiation energy that energizes yourself. Okay, got it. On that model, why do I need to fucking eat?
why do you need to eat?
Yes.
Well, I mean, let's see. Let me see if I can answer
Yeah,
this.
the bodies in the cell, or cells in the body, get their energy from the soul. So why
Oh,
would you eat?
okay. Um, why would you need to consume other life forms to survive?
Doesn't you have to, I mean, okay, you want to get fuzzy and call plants life forms. All right, we can do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, they definitely are. Well, I
They
mean,
definitely are alive, but I mean, I don't. It's even. Why do we consume calories?
okay, yeah.
If my soul is energizing my cells, why do I need to consume external energy?
Or drink water, or yeah.
Well, no, he didn't say it does anything to hydrate us. He just said it gives our cells energy.
What was his answer?
Um, where do you want me to start? He was trying to argue for his position using what he assumed was my worldview. I was trying to meet him in his bubble, but
Right.
he wanted to argue from his position from inside my bubble. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I understand why, if your model isn't true, we need to eat. I get that. But I want to know why, if your model is true, why do I need to eat? And he just kept going back to, well, if a person's dead, how can they consume food? You're dead. I'm like, yeah, I know. I get it. That's what happens if you don't fucking eat.
There you go. I mean, so
We
I mean,
Steve jumped in on that one. It was funny.
was
And,
that
and
was that on his Facebook group?
I'm not sure if it's on GDC or his page. It's
But
on there. It's a post about Lacteus.
hmm.
And there was another one when someone, we was talking about agnosticism. And this is an atheist, and he said, "Well, if your definition is true, that means that I'm not an atheist, and millions of others like me aren't an atheist." So no one's telling you what the fuck to call yourself. If you're having a philosophical conversation, you need to actually indulge in philosophical definitions,
Yes.
and that's when we got ghosted.
Oh, got the juices stirring, didn't it?
Hopefully, I mean,
No, I
look,
mean, it was like finally somebody I can debate again.
who, me or that guy? It wasn't
You.
a debate. He was getting smashed.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is true.
I just want an argument that actually gives me pause and actually has to have me think about a response, other than hearing all these stupid, ignorant arguments that I've learned over the past few years, and I can refute them by rote. I mean, it's just, I don't even have to fucking think. But there's nothing out there. But I kind of got to the point where I don't just want to defeat theist arguments, because I believe I have a good case for reasoning why there is no God. The concept just doesn't make. I mean, in a sense it makes sense, but it doesn't really make sense because humanity invented the concept of God. And if you want to say that maybe um, coincidentally we discovered a truth, but we didn't, because we haven't discovered a God. Nobody can point to it. All we've done is develop the concept of a God, and that concept has evolved and gained momentum until what we have today. There's been no fucking point in time when we have not invented gods. None. We have since the fucking time we've been able to think, and we didn't understand something, and we were afraid of it.
Yeah.
Oh, lightning! Oh my God! There must be a god up there making lightning. We must sacrifice. We have to please this god, and that's how shit went fucking wild.
Yeah. Or the
Because we were stupid and panicking animals back then. No one was actually able to stand up and go, "Wait a minute, hold up, that don't make no sense."
yeah. Or what moves the grass? What goes through the high grass? What blows through the grass? Well, it must be the breath of God, because when I take a clump of grass and blow through it,
So does
my
walking
goodness.
through grass. So does
Yeah.
walking through grass. I mean, it's pareidolia. We're pattern seeking creatures.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
seeing praying hands in clouds. What is that? I see a bunny. I don't know what the fuck you see. Objective.
So have you gotten a kick out of the evangelical response to the coronavirus?
No, I'm disgusted by it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. Yeah.
How can you hold the position that your belief holds the sanctity of life in the highest regard, and then disregard that sanctity of life by putting a bunch of people? And can you really name me recently one rather large church gathering that hasn't spawned an outbreak of corona?
It's been, yeah, there have been multiple outbreaks, and they always go back to large gatherings. Well, where are the large gatherings taking place nowadays?
Churches.
Yep.
Even Walmart's limiting the amount of people that can go in the stores right now.
Oh, yes.
So,
Oh, yes.
well, but churches are exempt because it's a good place. It's a good idea to clump, I don't know, anywhere from 45 to 500 or 1,500 fucking people in a building closely packed together and say they're going to be safe. We ain't got to worry about that. It's God's going to protect us from the virus. Really?
Yeah, I think we need to review that hypothesis.
Wishful thinking much?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Well, anyway, I am gonna get off here. It was nice talking with you, Rabbit. Let's do this again.
Yes. Yes. Whenever you're up for it.
Yep.
I will look. I'll keep an eye on your channel. I've subscribed so I get all the alerts.
All right, that sounds good. And then we'll do this again.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, StreamYard is the way to be. I'm telling you, it's just so simple and easy. And I mean, have you been on StreamYard before?
No.
This is your first time? How easy was it? You just click on the link and you decide what your name is going to be on the screen. And then I have to physically put you in the show.
Well, I'll have to figure out how to open a show with it. But, okay.
It is so basic, simple.
Does it automatically link to your YouTube account?
That's it. Yep. It automatically links to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and a couple of other ones I don't have accounts for.
So are you doing any regular podcasts now? Like, or are you just doing? I'm going to investigate my iPod.
Yeah, no, this is just basically it. I mean, it's just whenever I decide to go on, I don't have any regular podcasts that I do except for the Biblical History Skeptics podcast.
What's going on? You and Chris?
Yep. Yeah. Well, Chris isn't part of the show anymore for now. He had to take a step back, but I'm still doing it every Sunday. Oh, it's today. I better.
Somebody told me that Chris changed pronouns.
I've not heard of that. If he did, I'm not aware.
If they did,
they, yes. Yes. Well, yeah. If he, she, or they did, I've not been made aware of it. This is the first I'm actually hearing about it.
Yeah, I could be mistaken, but that's what I remember. And if I'm wrong, Chris, please forgive me. I'm just repeating what I heard, and I'm just to a friend. And if I'm wrong, please don't bite my head off. I reject it because I'm easily wrong about a lot of shit.
No one will hear about it because this is my personal channel. No one watches this.
Right. That's why I'm here.
Well, you do. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I'm still on the Biblical History Skeptics. I'm still, doing that show. So I'm going to be doing another show in probably in a half hour. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
You gonna dress for the next one?
I probably should. I'm going to get out. Yeah. You know what? Last week I did do, I think I did do one in my robe. I think it was the quarantine edition where I just had my robe.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been good. All right. Well, listen, I will talk to you soon. We'll do this again. Take care.
Peace.
Brian G signing off and Mad Rabbit. Take care, y'all.